Welcome back. To better understand the services in Android, let's move to Android Studio. I created this project, the Services app, and it's a very simple application that contains one text view as a title and two buttons. One for playing the default ringtone with ID play ringtone and one for stopping the default ringtone with ID stop ringtone. Very simple app, two buttons. Now I want from you to focus with me because I'm going to create the service class. Here inside this package, go and create a new Kotlin class and I'll name it as my service. And to tell Android Studio that this class will act as a service class, we need to extend from service class. Alt plus enter to import the correct class and make sure that you import the service from android.app. Please guys, pay attention. Not the service in provider and not the service in Bluetooth class. Just the service in android.app. And make sure that you import the correct package. Okay? Alt plus enter to implement the members, and here we need to implement the onBind method. This is the constructor of the service class. When you extend a class in Kotlin, you need to call the constructor of the superclass. And in this case, the service class is the superclass. The service class provides the fundamental structure and methods for creating a service in Android. A service in Android is a component that runs in the background and doesn't have a user interface. It can perform long-running operations or handle tasks that need to continue even when the app is not in the foreground. Common use cases for services include playing music, fetching data from the internet, or performing periodic tasks. In this example, we're going to play the default ringtone of the device in the background using this service class. The onBind method is part of the Android service lifecycle and is used when the service allows other components such as activities to bind to it. When a component binds to a service, it establishes a connection that allows the component to interact with the service, invoke methods, and receive data. The method returns a iBinder object or null if binding is not allowed. If null is returned, it indicates that the service doesn't support binding. And in this case, I don't need to include binding. So I'll use return null. The iBinder is an interface that defines the programming interface that clients can use to interact with the service. When a component such as an activity wants to bind to a service, it typically uses the bind service method, passing an intent that identifies the service and the service connection callback. The service connection callbacks on a service connected method is then called, providing the iBinder object returned by the onBind method. But I'll keep it very simple. I don't want to make it complicated and complex. So I'll return null because I'm not going to bind anything to this service. I need to control the default and playing the ringtone, the default ringtone, using this service. I want from you to focus with me. I'm not going to use the onBind method. I'll create an instance of media player that play any media file. Here, I'll create late initiate var media player and I'll use this instance from android.media. Under the onBind method, I'll override a new method called onStartCommand. The onStartCommand method is a crucial part of the Android service lifecycle. It's called when a client, such as an activity or another service, starts the service using the start service method. Later on in the main activity, I'll use start service method to execute this method. The intent parameter carries information that might be passed to the service when it is started. This can include data or instructions provided by the component that started the service. Int, which is the flags, this parameter provides additional information about how the service was started. It's a bit mask that can be used to extract various flags. For example, you can check if the service was started with start flag red delivery or start flag retry or other forms. The start ID, which is the third parameter of the onStart command method, this is an identifier for the specific instance of the service. Each time the service is started, this ID is incremented. It can be used to identify and manage the different start requests. Here, we need to specify a return type for this function because it specifies an int as a returning type. The onStart command method is an integer that represents the service's behavior regarding restarts. There are common return values, including start sticky, for example, return start sticky. The service is restarted if it gets terminated, and the system will recreate it. And I'll use this return value. Also, you can use start not sticky. The service is not restarted and the system doesn't recreate it. You can use start redeliver intent, similar to start sticky, but it also redelivers the last intent if the service is terminated. Here, I'll use start sticky. This indicates that the service should be restarted by the system if it gets terminated. And it should try to redeliver the last intent that was used to start the service. Inside the onStart command method, you would typically include the logic for handling the start command. This might involve initializing resources, performing background tasks, or responding to the instructions provided through the intent. In the next video, we're going to add the logic to be executed when the service is started, and we're going to test our application.